sure. So on Monday, May 18th, Toyota had a little unveiling online streaming, and it unveiled two all-new, two hybrid models. And these two vehicles are only available in hybrid form when they go on sale. The first one is a long-awaited redesign of the Toyota Sienna minivan. The current one's been on sale since, 2010, 2011. Forever, basically, yeah. So, maybe it was a good thing that we waited this long, because then we can go, boom, straight into just hybrid form. A couple of specification differences, of course. So Toyota, to get them the highest MPG possible, it ditched the V6. It's a 4-cylinder hybrid system. It appears to be taken straight out of the new Highlander hybrid. So we're looking at about 243 horsepower system combined horsepower, and the big number, of course, would be 33 mpg combined. Presumably, that will be on the lower models with the smaller wheels. It ranges from 18 inches all the way up to 20 inch on the XSE model. A couple of nice things, So the front design, a little bit more evolutionary, but the designer says
ugly minivan.
They said it was inspired by the Shinkansen. So
it was inspired by what?
Shinkansen,
the bullet train.
The bullet train. You can kind of see that in the nose, that little.
Totally.
You know how the bullet train? Yeah, there's that long round nose that sticks out. If you Google it, you'll find it.
You squint really hard, maybe.
Like basically everything above the giant
also,
grill.
like the Shinkansen, it goes 300 kilometers an hour, right?
Yeah.
It does.
So is this just
And
a
you can always
facelift
see
on?
Mount Fuji out the right side window.
Sorry, Casey?
Is this just a facelift on a lightly modified frame, or is this all new for real?
It's all new. It'll be on the TNGA K platform, so that's the mid-size platform with the Highlander, Camry, RAV4, that sort of thing. So all new chassis. So now it's finally caught up to it's the other Toyota models. Redesigned rear suspension. So again, any of these new Toyotas that are on the new TNGA platform, they will be stiffer. It'll be better to drive, better handling, better comfort, all within relative to the segment, of course. All-wheel drive will be available once again. I guess it's one of two now, because now the Chrysler's making all-wheel drive available on the 2021 Pacifica gasoline model, not the hybrid. Whereas the Sienna one will be a hybrid. It's a different all-wheel drive system where it can send 100% to the front, 0 to the rear, when you're cruising, or up to 80% to the rear under slippery conditions. That's significantly better than, say, the RAV4. The current generation RAV4 hybrid, I believe, can only send up to 50%.
So I'm sorry, John. The Sienna we're still talking about the Sienna.
Yes.
I thought it was the same as the Highlander hybrid.
I don't know. It's like I'm just reading out the press release.
Yeah, no. Oh, okay. Well, then you obviously are going right to the source. I missed that, and that's important because the Highlander system is different, significantly different.
Really? Okay.
If it can use that much power to the back wheels, that's a big change. That's really cool.
That is significantly different. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the Highlanders, the old Highlander system, only went up to 42 miles an hour.
Oh, okay. There's no speed limit to this, like you would say, but
that's a pretty badass all-wheel drive van.
See if I can find it here. All-wheel drive. Yep, there it is. Torque distribution varies with conditions from 100 to 0 in constant speed driving to 20 to 80 on slippery surfaces. Torque distribution is indicated on a multi-information display.
Interesting.
That's pretty cool.
It's a minivan, and in the end, the MPG, the auto stop, and the electronic all-wheel drive, that's pretty cool. But let's be clear, the two coolest things about this thing, and this
I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, right? The fridge and the vacuum.
Oh, jeez.
I guess Honda did well with their vacuum for this to get copied over.
It must be. So Honda's one is in the back, right in the cargo area on the driver's side. Sienna's one will be under the front center console. So
that makes sense. That's where all the mess is.
I think the Pacifica's in the back too, isn't it?
What's that?
The Pacifica's vacuum is in the back or in the middle?
I am not aware where the Pacifica's.
It's either in the back or by the sliding door, or it's in the back.
Okay. So they all have different.
Fridge for your 6-pack also.
Yeah, I don't know how large it is. They did say it's available. It's accessible from the second row. So it's in the center. It's in the center console on the rear
So you
end.
got to get the kid to hand you your beverage.
Right. Come on.
Come
Or
on,
the kid to keep the beverage.
little
for
Jimmy, grab
themselves.
mommy a beer out of the fridge and hand it up front, okay?
So is it one of the electronic
No, we didn't
little
say beer. We said beverage. Japanese market vehicles. Toyota has had refrigerators in them forever, like from the 90s. You know?
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
They've had fridges. They've had terrestrial TVs. They've had navigation. They have a lot of
Massage
stuff.
chairs.
Yeah.
Jeez.
They've had all-wheel drive on all their vehicles, right? Corolla, Camrys, anything. This may be a relevant. Towing capacity is still 3,500 pounds.
Yeah.
So again, hybrid. Usually when you go hybrid, you can't tow, but now you can with the Sienna. And just to throw it out, compared to the Pacifica hybrid, in EV mode, because the Pacifica hybrid is a plug-in, it gets 82 mpg E. And I think in hybrid mode with the gasoline, I think it's hovering around 30 mpg. So the Sienna does beat it, when they're in the same drive modes. And that's really all we have for the Sienna.
You
of course,
tow with the initial Highlander hybrid, correct? The
original. Yes, the original. The original had a 3,500 pound towing capacity.
Yeah.
The 2006, original Highlander hybrid, and that's a good segue to the Venza. Thanks for bringing that up. So the new Venza. So that's yes.
No, I was gonna say what's smaller than a Highlander and a little bit bigger than a RAV4?
The Harrier. So I expect Ross to just stand up and walk out. So so our new Venza, for those who are maybe not car geeks, it is based on the Japanese Toyota Harrier, and the Harrier used to be the Toyota version of the RX, right? For the first two generation, and I think for the current generation, they kind of separated it a bit more, just because now Lexus is in Japan and they have their own lineup now, so they no longer need Toyota versions of these. But the Harrier continued, and that's what we basically have, changing the Harrier logos to the Toyota and rebadging it as a Venza. And I think it's the right size vehicle. You're looking at someone who's maybe doesn't need the space capacity or the passenger seating of the Highlander, and maybe the RAV4 is a little too rugged, because now the RAV4, they've kind of gone towards a mini 4Runner, with the adventure grade, the TRD off-road trim levels, and they're trying to make it a little more adventure-y, outdoorsy. And if you're someone just looking for a compact or small mid-size SUV, maybe you don't need all of that outdoorsy thing. You just want something that looks nice. This is the Venza that they have for you. The interior, again, because it's based on the Toyota Harrier, which has its lineage traced back to the RX, I am positive that the quality of the interior will be quite good. We've seen some of the photos, right, of the interior shots, and it looks quite elegant. The materials look pretty premium. A lot of stitched, either leather or Softex across the dashboard and the doors, as well as the overall design. Now, looking at the length and back to the Highlander, the original Highlander that Casey brought up, it is very similar to the original Highlander. So again, because the Highlander's gone up in size, it's pretty large. The RAV4 has also gone up in size, but not quite to the original Highlander. This Venza will fill in that void. So we're looking at 186.6 inches in length. So it's 5.7 inches longer than the RAV currently, but 8.3 inches shorter than the Highlander. So it's right there.
So are we just going to introduce more models to fill in the gap? Is this one of these there's a half an inch, so let's put in a new model to fill in that space?
I mean, it's half a foot longer than a RAV and 3/4 of a foot shorter. So it's pretty decent.
Allow me to make a point here. We may be focusing on the wrong metric as far as where Toyota's wedging this vehicle into the lineup. It may not be physical size. It may be price.
Yes, that's it. Could be price. Could be material.
Yeah. Because I saw that $50K on the Sienna, and I was like, "Oh, for someone else."
Yeah.
Well, and Highlanders are $50K plus.
They're pushing. The Highlander hybrids, the top models do qualify for the luxury tax in Canada. So that's how far up the price rank they've gone. There will be luxury tax. If you were to buy one of the top end Highlander, like the Limited or the Platinum. So this Venza, again, the right size, right price, probably. Again, just looking at the specs compared to the original Highlander, it's only 2 inches longer than the original Highlander hybrid. It's 2 inches wider than the original, or 1 inch, than the original Highlander hybrid. But it is 3 inches shorter. So because the original Highlander hybrid was boxy, if you remember that, this one's a little more sleek. And of course, it can't beat the MPG, whereas the old one got 30 MPG under the old pre-2008, 2007 EPA rating. Whereas this new one is 40 MPG for the LE with the 18-inch, probably 39 for the XLE and Limited because they have the larger 19-inch wheels. Horsepower, it's a little different. I mean, it's 219 on the Venza, 268 on the Highlander hybrid, but the weight difference, it is anywhere between 300 to 500 pounds lighter than the original Highlander hybrid.
Wow.
So that's significant. So yeah, it's down in horsepower, but significantly lighter. We're looking at 3,900 pounds, give or take, whereas the original was 42 to 44 pounds. And
I do think the original Highlander, like the 06, 07, that was a perfect size vehicle. I mean, I think it's great. It's not too big. It's not too small. It's got cargo. It was a nice size.
Exactly
so if this is comparable to that, I think it will do well.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing it doesn't have the third row that the Highlander, the original one, it did, but the original one is quite.
The third row was like this big.
Yeah, you only fit toddlers in that thing.
Exactly. So, and cargo, it's a little bit down from the RAV just because it's not squared off. It has that sloping rear window, 36.3 cubic feet. The original Highlander is 39.7. I think the RAV4 is around 37, 38. I can't remember now. So. Yeah, so I think it's a good time to reintroduce. I mean, sure, use the Venza name, whatever. But in terms of the vehicle, the product,
did they give a price for the Venza?
No pricing for both.
Yeah.
The Venza launch date is August, I think. So probably,
I think they just said this summer.
Okay.
No. Well,
because what I did was I went to the Toyota site and I pulled up and this is just base and where it lists all the cars, and the RAV4 hybrid, not the Prime, the RAV4 hybrid starts at $28,350 and the Highlander hybrid is at $38,200.
Okay.
So do you think that this will be $5,000? It'll be that middle land between.
Be right in the middle.
Yeah, right in the middle between the RAV4 and the Highlander. Yeah.
Well, the car and driver says they do say it will reach in August, and they estimate mid-30s to 45K.
Sounds about right for the LE to Limited.
The Venza, yeah.
That's about almost exactly the same as the Highlander.
I know, which is kind of funny.
Which is weird, yeah.
Did the Venza ever go out of production, or did they? Is this a continuation?
Went out of production in 2015.
Okay.
Yeah, but
they
the
did
old
a
Venza,
really poor job of marketing the Venza.
Yeah, it was same as the Honda Cross Tour.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think the Sienna is definitely we bought a kid, so let's buy a giant boat SUV, sustainable. And this one is I want the manly vehicle of full of aggression and SUV-ishness, but sustainable. And I mean, so it's not so much the price points, but I see these as appealing to two different groups who are very much the minivan / SUV market, because I like the Venza, and it's to me it's just a little too much and a little too big. So I think it'll be perfect for your average American.
I think so. It's someone who's like the kids have moved out.
Yeah,
they want a slightly smaller vehicle, but they don't want a RAV4 because whatever.
It's too adventure-y.
It's too much for the 20-year-old.
This looks like a luxury vehicle that you wouldn't and when people look at you because you're driving basically a 5-seater by yourself, but it's a hybrid.
It's a hybrid.
Totally sustainable.
And again, like I said, it's based on the Harrier, which is based on the RX, or the RX is based on the Harrier rather. So, I expect the materials to be much better than either the RAV4 or the Highlander actually.
Yeah.
So the smart thing here, and I'm going to segue into my new Toyota vehicle, is that Toyota's already developed all the technology they're deploying in these vehicles. This is existing Toyota technology that they're just moving into different platforms. They didn't have to develop a new hybrid powertrain. They didn't have to develop a different all-wheel drive system. They're just, okay, we're going to drop a Venza on this. We're going to drop, and that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing because hopefully, obviously, Toyota makes more money that way. And hopefully they can price it a little more aggressively so that people can take advantage of getting that technology at a little bit lower price.